Welcome to Module 2, Lesson 2.5, Onboarding Process Design. The final stage of the hiring process is defined by one specific outcome, the transition of a candidate into a productive employee. A disorganized onboarding process creates chaos on the new hire's first day. It results from failing to treat the transition as a synchronized operation. This day one chaos damages the employee value proposition, undermining the professional image the hotel worked to build during recruitment. For HR, onboarding is a logistical architecture of 3 operational domains. The first covers managing legal documentation and employee data. The second requires a physical supply chain for uniforms and equipment. The third establishes IT infrastructure and digital systems access for the role. Synchronizing these 3 domains protects the hotel's brand and supports long-term employee retention. The first phase of the onboarding architecture is documentation. To minimize paper use, the documentation phase leverages the Human Resources Information System, or HRIS. All records are digitized and centralized. HR must ensure the employee master data file is complete, including mandatory forms for taxes, I-9 compliance, and local regulatory requirements. The file must also include the signed employment contract before the employee begins their first day. Benefit enrollment forms are integrated into the same master record to ensure administrative accuracy. Beyond legal forms, HR must distribute and track the acknowledgement of the HR Policies Handbook. This handbook details the property's code of conduct. It also establishes the specific uniform and grooming standards required for all staff. Formal, documented acknowledgement of this handbook is a requirement for every new hire. This documentation phase provides the legal framework for the employment relationship. It ensures the hotel remains compliant with regulatory standards while initiating the process of cultural integration. Completing these records is a non-negotiable step in the transition process. The second phase is physical provisioning. For a new hotel, allocating uniforms and specialized equipment involves coordinating thousands of individual items across several different departments. This logistical challenge requires ordering inventory months in advance to ensure everything is ready for the first day of training. Finalized staffing ratios dictate the specific quantities and size distributions for the order. Every employee must receive a correctly sized uniform and a functional identification badge. Certain roles also require department-specific equipment, such as handheld radios for the maintenance and security teams. A uniform shortage on day 1 creates an immediate operational hurdle. Providing an incorrect size damages the employee's morale and lessens the perceived professionalism of the hotel. Successful physical provisioning ensures the staff is mentally and physically prepared to represent the brand. The final logistical challenge is granting systems access. As this diagram shows, an employee needs access to several platforms, beginning with the property management system. They also require login credentials for the HRIS to track personal records and payroll. Finally, the corporate email account and internal communication access must be active. All technical logins must be functional before the first day of training begins. Technical training cannot proceed if the employee is unable to log into the systems they are expected to learn. Complete digital provisioning ensures that departmental training can start immediately without technical delays. The integration of documentation, provisioning, and access culminates in day 1 readiness. With these logistics settled, the employee moves into their first formal experience, general orientation. While this is a training session, it does not cover technical skills or departmental tasks. The focus is on culture, its brand history, and the employee value proposition. Orientation also provides the first introduction to property-wide safety protocols. This session reinforces the hotel's commitment to its values and the promises made during the hiring process. By the end of orientation, every employee should feel a sense of belonging within the organization. They must also understand their specific role in the larger operation of the hotel. This preparation is what allows the employee to succeed in the intensive technical training that follows. The Europe Hotel School London emphasizes this seamless onboarding as the final, critical step in talent acquisition. Ultimately, a well-executed onboarding process is more than just logistics. It is the vital first step toward high, long-term employee retention.